What's up, movie lovers? It is Chase Place Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of the very first Friday the 13th movies I saw. I'm not sure which one I saw first. It was either this or part 3. I think it was part 3 and then this one, so that's why I like it a bit more than other people. But this is Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, and it is a 1985 slasher movie that was directed by Danny Steinman, written by Martin Trosser, David Cohen, and Danny Steinman, and it stars Melanie Kinnaman, John Shepard, Shavar Ross, Richard Young, and a bunch of other actors. Guess I'll just say that. Um, so the production behind this movie, they cast it under this fake title, Repetition. It's funny. I guess they were aware that they were just making another Friday movie, so they're like, oh, let's just call it Repetition. And nobody really knew that it was a Friday movie, and they wanted to go away from Jason, because part 4 is called The Final Chapter. They're going to make a sequel anyways. So it's like, well, how about we make part 4 the last Jason movie? Let's make this movie without him. Let's make it a copycat killer. So that's basically what the plot of this is. It's, well, the plot on the DVD box set is wrong, but basically Tommy Jarvis from part 4, he goes to a halfway house, and he's apparently supposed to be 17, but it looks like he's like 30. He goes to this halfway house, and then there's this teenager there that gets killed at the halfway house, and then suddenly after his death, people start dying one by one, and Tommy doesn't know if it's Jason or if it's a copycat killer. It's not Jason. Spoilers. That's why everybody hates this movie, because it's not Jason. But is it really that bad? Is it good without Jason? Well, let's see here. So the good of this movie is the opening scene is really good. It's nice and cheesy. It feels like a monster, like a 50s monster movie type thing with Corey Feldman. He's only in the one scene because he was filming The Goonies at the time. But Tommy Jarvis is a decent character. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, which is one of my flaws, because he's the main character. He should be in it more. I didn't realize, how much he's not in the movie. But he basically is just mute and has anger issues, and every time somebody makes him mad, he flips them over and just keeps punching them a bunch of times. It's really funny because of how dumb it is. And there's other characters, like the really over the top ones, like this one cokehead dude, and then there's these rednecks, redneck mother and son. I mean, I could see why people would find them annoying, but I thought they were really funny because of how stupid they were and like crazy and over the top. And then there's this little black kid, Reggie the Reckless. He was really cool. But otherwise, negative is that all the other characters are really boring. You don't really have any personalities. And it's a halfway house, so you think there'd be like some really crazy kids. If they're gonna make them just teenagers again, and they're gonna have a halfway house, make them messed up. Just make them have mental issues. You don't have to make them unlikable, but like they all just seem like normal people. It's like, oh, that kid has a stutter. He's messed up. No. And then there's a couple that just always have sex. That's just couples in Friday the 13th anyway. I don't know why they have to be at the halfway house. I actually like the concept of this, like Tommy having to deal with a copycat killer and what a copycat killer would be like, because out of the big three, Freddy, Michael, and Jason, I feel like Jason is the only one that you can do a copycat killer of, just because Michael and Freddy are like so specific to their characters that you can't do it. But it's like an interesting story, but they didn't do anything with it. It could have been a cool psychological thriller with like Tommy, but instead they make it. I mean, of course they make a dumb slasher movie, but it's not really a good one. It's okay. But there was a few kills that I liked. Not really a lot though. That's another problem. I don't want to say it's a problem that there's too many kills. There's a lot of kills. There's a bunch of off-screen ones and a bunch of really lame ones. And they're not really that creative at all. The climax is definitely not as good as the previous movies. I didn't like the one in the original, but I think it was better than this one because, like, looking back on why I complained about that, it would make sense. Like, with the killer they aren't going to be like super physically strong. And same with this one, but like, it's not supposed to be Jason. It's like, how do you survive all this stuff? You're not supernatural. But yeah, there was just a bunch of dumb things in the climax I didn't really like. I did like when Tommy finally met Jason, though. And when you find out it's not Jason, I wasn't disappointed. It's just, well, I mean, I've seen this movie before, but I could imagine people are like, why is it not Jason? But that's not why it's bad. It's because they barely explain the killer's motivations. Like, I figured it all out in my head after watching the movie, but you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to piece it all together. They should very clearly explain it, especially in a simple movie like this. It doesn't need to be this complicated. And another positive is it kind of reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, because it has a bunch of unintentionally hilarious scenes, like this dumb outhouse scene, and then the one cokehead I was talking about, and he's like waiting for his girlfriend in his car. It was really funny. Every time Tommy gets mad and flips some guy over and starts punching him a bunch of times, I thought that was funny too. But yeah, overall, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning is a really lame sequel. It's got some interesting over the top performances, and it has a good concept. It has really only 3 kills that I liked. It has a few good kills, but overall it's just like it's filmed like a TV movie. Like every time it's not filmed like a TV movie, but every time somebody dies, the way that they cut, it feels like a TV movie. And sometimes you don't even get to see them die, and you don't see their body afterwards with one character. So it's like, well, what's the point? Show them dying. And who the killer is, it was really lame because their motivations weren't fully explained. So overall, I give Friday the 13th: A New Beginning a 6 out of 10 because I still liked some stuff, but overall, it's not great. I really only have it as like a 6 and not a 5 or a 4 just because of the concept. I like the concept. There's those 3 really good kills and over the top characters, but otherwise, it's not really good. So, tomorrow we're going to be reviewing what is my favorite in the series, which is Friday Part 6, Jason Lives. So, that's going to be a way more fun movie to watch. I mean, I'll still watch this movie, I just don't like it a lot. So that's going to be it for today. This is J Spice Reviews. I'm saying bye. Bye.